you see all those memes that people are making of you, like the ones that are saying, oh, you know, I mean, obviously a lot of people are celebrating you and saying you're like the first Asian American NBA champion. But then people are commenting, even Asian people, surprisingly, are like, yeah, but it's not like he played, right? They have that, they're pushing this meme thing saying like something about making this stereotypical Asian joke, like, oh, he's the Asian in the group who didn't work hard for the A or whatever. Like I've seen all those memes and it's just like, I mean, I know how I personally feel about it, but I mean, how do you feel?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think for me, it's not like I there were times, like in all honesty, there were times when I felt like I had to tell myself I deserved a championship, you know, because as a competitor who plays and has played my whole life, it's like I'm not used to not playing. And so I was kind of just like, oh, this is tough, and like, do I really deserve it? And then I started to think about the whole journey, and I was like, dude, I definitely do.
Yeah.
And I contributed to the team. I played 23 games in the regular season. I played against these guys all the time, whether it's in workouts or whatever. And like, not only that, it's just like even watching a game, talking to guys or giving my opinion or whatever, you know, being a voice. I think that's like very, very valuable. And just in terms of staying ready and working out, it was like, I worked really, really hard this year, and a ton of guys. I just wish people understood just how hard we have to work, even the guys that never touch the floor, because you never know when you get that opportunity. So you literally sleep,
you got to stay ready,
and do everything like you're going to play.
Yeah. People don't realize, I think, how much time you put it. Because you'll post something like, and we talked about this before, you'll post something like, you know, you won a game at PUBG or something, and people would be like, why aren't you practicing? It'll be like 12 at night, and like you just practice 8 hours, or I don't know how long you guys practice. But people will still make that comment because they're like, they don't expect you to be a human outside of basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the difference too. It's like the normal job, you can work, you know, whatever. Like if I mean, I don't suggest this, but if you could work like 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
But when it comes to basketball, it's like you can't do that.
Right.
You can only, I mean, if you're working hard, you can really only work 3 to 4 hours a day, and that's like probably not healthy. You can't do that every day. But the thing about basketball is that like you're taking care of your body the other whatever hours that you're awake. So whatever you're eating, like all the treatment that you're getting, how much you're sleeping, everything. There's a whole science behind everything that you're doing. Even for me, like on off days, I have to like basically control how much I walk. Because it'll have an impact. Because it's just like our bodies are always trying to recover. Right. Because, you know, obviously the 82-game season, that's not like good for the body. Yeah. So it's like you're always trying to recover, and it ends up being like super. I mean, it's literally it's full time, and so yeah. I mean, after the game, if I play PUBG, it's like I'm not worried about what people think.
Well, people don't really realize
I'm gonna take this sweatshirt off.
Yeah, you're
all right.
People don't really realize too that people take breaks after they work all day. It's like some people, they don't tweet, hey, I just watched this movie and I'm eating popcorn with my family. So they can't be like, why ain't you practicing? But Jeremy's like playing games, so it's a little more easier to like.
It's easier to make fun of.
Yeah, it's easier to like.
But people put them on a pedestal because they know, like, oh, you make this amount of money and you have this many, fans and stuff. You're in such a fortunate position. You should be like, if I was there, I would be working, every single hour every day. Yeah. Without realizing, like, you're not going to be there for a day. You're going to be. That's like your life, and it's impossible to keep up that kind of. It's unhealthy, right? To be practicing more than what they're recommended.
Yeah, I mean. Even on a game day, it's like I'm there in the morning because I know, like, all right, most likely I'm not going to play. So every morning I go and get a workout. Right. And then we do that. Then I come back before the game. And, like, honestly, for us, they have us there. If it's like a 7 o'clock game, we're there at, like, 3:30 or 4 already working out. Mm-hmm. And then we just work out, go through walkthrough and do a bunch of stuff. And then lift, do extra conditioning, all that. And then we watch the game, and then if we get a chance, we play. But again, it's just like it's a full day of working out and doing stuff. And so, I mean, that's the other thing too. I was just like, man, I definitely deserve it too because I got here. Like, there's billions of people, and there's only 450 spots.
That's 13 on the Raptors specifically, right?
Yeah, well, that dress, but there's more. You can be up to like 17 at this point, but right. But yeah, there's including the two-way. But
Yeah.
it's kind of complicated. But basically,
Regardless,
roughly
there's
about
less
that. And
than,
it's
like,
like
20 people.
I'm there. I made it, and like I worked hard to be here. And so I feel like for me, it's tough because I can understand what people are saying. I wish that people, I don't mind necessarily like if people make the joke of like, oh, you didn't do anything, but you got a ring. But I guess the way that they always highlight, oh, you're the Asian who
in the group.
first Asian who didn't do something in a group project. And so
that's the meme that they're trying to push right now.
Yeah.
And I think to me, I was shocked because it's coming from an Asian group that I'm in.
Yeah.
And I see it and I'm just like, dude, this guy's done so much for us to make us look cool. And you guys are like clowning him. I could see maybe other ethnicities because, they're sick and tired of us supporting each other. But Asians are making those jokes, and I'm just like, and people are obviously defending it too.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's such an easy joke to make. And I mean, like, even when I posted something about, like, I think I just tweeted, like, I was just happy, like, and I tagged you. And then I don't normally respond, but people were like, oh, but he didn't even play. I'm like, well, he's on the team. He practices with them. Like, Nick Nurse didn't play. Did he not win a championship? And, the GM and the owner, like, they didn't play.
Yeah.
But they're part of the team, and those are all parts of the team that you need to have in order to win.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's like, even with, you have the head coach, but then you have the assistant coaches, and it's like, are they, did they do anything, or they weren't talking in the timeouts, or they weren't doing the interviews, or they weren't calling the plays or arguing with the refs or whatever. But it's, again, everyone has their role, and like, there's certain things that there's so many things that happen, and that's why I think people care so much about, like, they talk about like having good locker room guys or good veteran presidents or people who are able to say things at the right time to be able to help the team. Right. And like, I'm not saying I'm this perfect, whatever, but I definitely, again, I had to struggle with like, do I really deserve this? And it's like, the more I thought about it, I was like, actually, no, I do. And I should enjoy it and I should embrace it. And I'm not going to like shy away from being able to celebrate that or like let somebody take that away from me. Obviously, do I wish that like, I think that's the one thing. I mean, a lot of players kind of go through that. It's like, while you're going through the game of basketball and you're in the middle of your career or whatever it is, as an entertainer, musician, like, people don't always appreciate everything until after. And so like, hopefully, those same Asians that are making fun of me, hopefully, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, when like I'm no longer playing, they can actually appreciate and be like, oh, that's the first Asian American that ever won an NBA
I think right now they're
right?
just making it because it's like a convenient joke, right? It's a convenient meme. But like, even those same jokes would happen if you did play. Like, if you did play and you weren't Kawhi. If you played, if you were like had Danny Green's numbers, right? Like, if you, not that Danny Green did bad, but I mean, like, he's not the star.
No,
right? He's
I
not
know
even the second star.
Like a role player or whatever.
And then they were to make articles about you and not Kawhi. It's kind of like, oh, why are they highlighting this guy? He didn't do what, he's not Kawhi.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I just want to highlight the fact that you even say, I understand, like, what I'm saying? And you understand what they're saying, and that you're even reflecting on it and asking yourself, do I deserve this? It's just all the more reason why you deserve it, in my opinion. I mean, like, you worked super hard. It's such a huge accomplishment. And,
Jeremy is a very humble guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he's even here right now, like in this tiny room doing a podcast 2 days after they won an NBA championship. Higa.